Hey everybody, we're back again with another version of Ride with Rose. Boy, I just want to say, it's getting juicy out there. Tinseltown is on fire. P. Diddy's got it going on, and everybody that's around P. Diddy is running for cover. I mean, it's getting messy. The tea's getting hot, water's getting hot, and it's spilling all over the floor. Now, we got some players in here. The things have been going down. Okay, let's get right to it. Now we got Kim Kardashian. We know that she's gotten mixed up in a whole bunch of different things. And we got another player called Lou Taylor. Oh, yeah, she's involved. She's getting down a little bit dirty too. And I want to paint a picture of the Kardashians and what's been going on throughout many years. They're like a household name. But you know what? Hey, as far as I'm concerned, I believe they're a little bit dirty. There's a couple things that just don't add up. I mean, there is a wide web that's been woven, and we're going to work it, untangling it, putting the pieces together, piece by piece, block by block, step by step. Okay. Now, like I said, we got P. Diddy, Kim Kardashian, the siblings, and the one and the only Kris Jenner. I like to call her Big Mama Pimping because, baby, let me tell you what. She's been getting paid and she still's getting paid. Okay, so let's paint this picture, put a couple of these things together, and you can dissect it and see what you think. Freedom to have your own opinion. Let's get warmed up and let's get this party going. And we're going to start off with Lou Taylor, who she is, how long she's been around. I'm going to say she's been around since about 1992. She's been dealing with P. Diddy. They met back in the 90s, early days of P. Diddy. And P. Diddy they happen to work together. Now, she was even the handler for one and only Miss Britney Spears. Oh, yeah, she was a manager. Now, you know, Britney had all that trouble about her money between her father, and her money getting siphoned out. Yes, indeed. Who was up in there? Lou Taylor. She runs a company and she's the founder, president, CEO of TriStar Entertainment Group. She handles a lot of the A-list players in the music industry, sports industry. She's had J-Lo, Mary J. Blige, like I said, P. Diddy, and used to have Britney Spears. But, of course, Britney shook her loose. Okay, now, strange enough that Lou Taylor is involved with numerous companies of the Kardashians. And guess what else? Kanye West, has a little bit to do with all this in the aspect of what they did to Britney, as some would say. They were trying to do the same thing with Kanye in the conservatorship, trying to get her on the management so they could siphon his money out. But the one thing the man did was very smart, among many things, is when he was married to Kim, he kept his money separate. Her money, his money. But they had him drugged up, and he refused to take it, And they had Britney on lithium for years and years. That girl was on a meltdown. No wonder, overdosed. I mean, she was over medicated. Would you take somebody like a Lou Taylor that's involved with all these different stars? They have connections with doctors and things like that. And what do? They get these doctors to make up these basically, how would I say, over exaggerated cases with them, get these people drugged up. She runs the paperwork, gets them to sign over the money management and etc., and they're getting paid. Now, it's a cold way to go, but this is what's happening out there. Now, I'm going to roll a couple clips for you right here, and we're going to get right back to it.
Disturbing rumors suggest that Lou may have tasked Diddy with supplying substances to Britney Spears.
As I said, Lou Taylor is mixed up in this knee deep. So let's see how this web is woven and how everybody plays their intricate parts and how Britney Spears fell victim to all of this.
This girl. So if you have not heard, Kim Kardashian allegedly had some videotapes and audio tapes that was actually recovered in the raid at P. Diddy's home.
He sent out a warning shot, posting video of celebrities at Diddy's 50th birthday party. The Kardashians, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Kanye, Kevin Hart, every A-lister was there. And Stevie J wants to remind them.
Lou Taylor apparently is paying off, allegedly, some of Diddy's victims from this slush fund.
Now we see how they did Britney. Like I said earlier, they tried to get Kanye in the same kind of a way. And guess who was behind the scenes with that? Lou Taylor. One more time. She's busy, as I said. Let's check out the next clip.
Some shady dealings between her and Diddy. The plot thickened even more when TikTok sleuth BB, the songwriter, delved into Kim and Diddy's alleged involvement in Britney Spears' conservatorship saga. Rumor has it that Diddy, along with his then-manager, Lou Taylor, played a role in putting Britney Spears under conservatorship. Reports suggest that just days before Britney's infamous VMA performance, she was partying with Diddy into the early hours of the morning, with some even speculating that drinks handed to her by Diddy might have contained substances. But wait, there's more. Rumor also has it that Kim attempted to pull a similar move on Kanye. In one interview, Kanye even confirmed this.
They tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And they when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Now, I know this may sound like a far-fetched Hollywood drama, but when you start connecting the dots, it all starts to make a twisted kind of sense. You see, Kim has a close relationship with Lou Taylor, the mastermind behind Britney's conservatorship. Lou's reputation for playing dirty when it comes to her clients precedes her. Aside from Britney's case, there have been whispers about Lou attempting similar stunts with other celebrities, including Lindsay Lohan. Fortunately, Lindsay's family fought tooth and nail to keep her out of Lou's clutches. Now, how does all of this tie back to Kim? Well, remember Kris Jenner's church I mentioned earlier? Initially, many thought it was just a shady move by the Kardashians to get tax write-offs. But it goes deeper than that. Lou Taylor happens to be a board member of the church, and reports suggest that it received substantial donations from Diddy to allegedly pay off his victims over the years. On the surface, it appears as though the church is simply engaged in charity work, but the reality is far more sinister. But here's where it gets truly mind-blowing. The Kardashians allegedly raked in a cool $600 million from Britney's conservatorship. Fans got suspicious when Kim's net worth suddenly grew overnight by $600 million. Even though she claimed it was from Skims, people didn't buy it. And it doesn't end there. Kylie Jenner also sold half of her makeup company, Kylie Cosmetics, for a very similar price. If you're following the conspiracy, that means the money could have gone from Britney's trust to Stonebridge to Panama, back to the U.S. through Kim's trust, and over to Kylie Jenner. Lou Taylor, the puppet master behind Kim's financial empire, has some seriously tangled ties. She managed Kim's money and is also linked to Kris Jenner's church, which allegedly dishes out payments to Diddy's alleged victims via Kim. Yeah, it's like a twisted web of connections, and we're just getting started. Hold on to your hats because here comes the juiciest twist yet. If we've managed to piece this puzzle together, just imagine what kind of tea the feds might be brewing. Rumor has it Kim's about to find herself smack dab in the middle of the RICO charges Diddy's facing. It's like a Hollywood blockbuster unfolding before our eyes. At this rate, Diddy might just bring down half the industry with him, and the Kardashian clan, well, let's just say their empire might be on shaky ground.
As we say, the plot thickens. Oh, it's juicy, and we're not even halfway there yet. Now, I want to shed a little light on Kim and on one of their little siblings. I mean, you know, they run around and act like they're just this household name and they're just squeaky clean, but oh, hell no. There's a lot of dirt underneath that rug. And the one thing about it, if you keep sweeping that dirt underneath that rug, only thing somebody's got to do is jump right on the top of it, and it's going out everywhere. So you can see how she's mixed up with the P. Diddy, Mama, Lou Taylor. Oh yeah, they're all down and dirty getting mud between the toes. Let's check out Kim's little background a little bit.
First, let's dive into Kim's financial moves. She's always had a bit of a shady reputation when it comes to money, willing to do just about anything to make a buck. Rumor has it she's not afraid to get her hands dirty, cozying up to some shady characters in the money game. And let's not forget her days before fame when she worked as a closet assistant for Brandy. Word on the street is that Kim didn't play fair back then and was accused of stealing from Brandy with the help of her sister Chloe. So here's the lowdown on what went down during Kim's stint as Brandy's closet assistant. Kim had access to Brandy's credit card for a one-time purchase, and Brandy's mom was keeping tabs on the card. But things took a turn after Kim parted ways with Brandy. She, along with Chloe and their brother Rob, saw an opportunity and stole a hefty $120,000 from Brandy's mom. Kim held on to those credit card details for years, waiting for the perfect moment to make her move. When she thought enough time had passed, she went for it. To cover their tracks, they funneled the stolen cash through their own stores, Dash and Smooch, instead of spending it all at once. They figured it would be harder to detect since Brandy was already known for her shopping sprees. But guess what? They got caught red-handed because those transactions weren't authorized by Brandy's mom, who was in charge of the payments. At first, Brandy's mom tried to keep things chill, giving Kim a chance to make things right without involving the law, all thanks to their connections with Brandy and Ray J. But when Kim kept stalling for over a year without returning the money, Brandy and Ray J's mom decided enough was enough and sued them. However, Brandy and Ray J managed to smooth things over, convincing their mom to drop the lawsuit and settle things privately. According to Ray J, this whole debacle was the straw that broke the camel's back in his relationship with Kim. This was the real reason he broke up with her, not because of their infamous adult tape.
I'm going to say Kim is really about her money. You know, she was very methodical about what she did. She got everybody involved, Robert, Chloe, and they held that for that many years, tried to funnel it through the company. Hell, great idea, but unfortunately got caught. Anyway, I found it to be very interesting. Ray J didn't seem to have that much of a problem about the sex tape, but stealing from the family, he couldn't handle that. Now, the interesting thing is, whether you know it or not, there was a gentleman by the name of Joe Francis regarding this sex tape. The rumor is that he negotiated that tape for Kris Jenner. Yes, Kris Jenner selling her own daughter's sex tape. He was a gentleman that had a show called Girls Gone Wild. He's hiding out somewhere in Mexico, numerous different sex charges against him, etc. Despicable human being. But that's the character of Kris Jenner. We're going to get back to that, but let's follow up the rest of this on Kim and her sordid past.
But that wasn't the last time Kim was involved in shady activities. Before her rise to fame, she was also linked to a money laundering scheme involving a sugar daddy named Jeho Lo, a Malaysian financier accused of moving illegal money around. Insiders say that Kim often traveled with Lo to gambling houses and casinos. In 2009, she even bragged about flying back to LA with a trash bag full of $250,000 in cash that he won from a casino in Las Vegas. But it turns out that this might have been part of a much bigger money laundering operation. Lo has been accused of masterminding a scheme to steal $4.5 billion from a Malaysian state-run development called 1MBD. International authorities have been after him for his role in this massive scam. Despite attracting the FBI's attention and being under investigation, Kim somehow managed to avoid facing any charges.
Kim is kind of slippery. She's kind of hard to hold on to. She's been lucky so far. I mean, she's kind of maneuvering, sliding in and out of the cracks. Now, I don't know with everything else that's going on. Is she going to get caught up in something? I mean, her name is starting to get quite tarnished, but is she going to get away with all this? Who knows? Only time will tell. Now, let's talk about the mama for a second. I'm going to call her Big Mama Pimping. Oh, girl's got it going on, and she's got a co-hustle. I guess, hey, you know, apple doesn't fall far from the tree. The girls are learning from the mama. Well, let's talk about Kris Jenner and her church.
There are rumors that the Kardashian-Jenner clan might not be as rich as they seem. It's been speculated that they've been using some clever tricks to avoid paying taxes, involving a church called the California Community Church. This church was actually set up by their momager, Kris Jenner. Here's how it supposedly works. By donating large sums of money to this church, they could potentially get big tax write-offs. Some people think that this might be a way for the family to hide their true financial situation and keep up their image of endless wealth. So, not only has Kim been accused of being part of a money laundering scheme, but the whole family might also be involved in dodging taxes. These speculations suggest that their glamorous lifestyle could be, at least in part, built on some shady financial dealings. As we dig deeper into the Kardashian-Jenner empire, it becomes clear that their story is far more complex and controversial than the glitzy image they show to the world. Back in 2009, the California Community Church was registered as a nonprofit and asks its members to pay $1,000 every month, plus donate 10% of their yearly earnings. Guess who's leading the pack in these so-called donations? Yep, you guessed it, the Kardashians themselves. Now here's where it gets a bit sketchy. The 10% donation translates into a sweet tax break each year. Considering Kim claims she rakes in about $80 million annually, that's a whopping $8 million off her taxes. But wait, there's more. Kris Jenner just so happens to be the one running the show at the church. This means when the Kardashian sisters fork over their 10%, it's essentially lining their mom's pockets. Kris could easily find ways to funnel that money right back to them, meaning they're not really giving up anything at all, yet still reaping the benefits of that fat tax break.
Mama Jenna's rather an interesting person. She's got some hellified moves, all in the name of the church, and evidently she's giving her girls a lesson called 101 and how to hustle. You got Kim out there doing her thing, and now we got a little bit about Kylie and what she's got going on. Let's touch base real quick on Kylie and a little bit on Kim.
Now, back to the Kardashians and their shady money moves. The whole situation appears quite suspicious, and certainly comes across as shady. But it doesn't end there because a lot of things don't seem to add up about Kim's finances. People are convinced that she has been inflating her income and net worth. This kind of shadiness is nothing new to the Kardashians. We all remember how Kylie was exposed by Forbes for lying about how much her Kylie Cosmetics brand was worth, which led to her losing her billionaire status. While Kim is still officially a billionaire, some think she doesn't act like it. In 2022, she was investigated by the SEC after she advertised the cryptocurrency Ethereum Max without adding a disclaimer to show that it was a sponsored ad and that she had been paid to do so. This led to a pump and dump scheme involving the cryptocurrency, and Kim got caught up in that whirlwind too. She was slapped with a hefty fine of $1.26 million for her part in the shady business. But wait, there's more tea brewing. Even though Kim claims to be a billionaire, people are giving her the side eye over her Instagram hustle. Seriously, a billionaire still running ads on Instagram? It's got everyone scratching their heads. It's more Instagram influencer vibes than billionaire business mogul, don't you think? This has led to even more reports suggesting that Kim and her entire family might not be swimming in cash as much as they want us to believe. Don't get me wrong, she's not broke, but she might not have as much money as she claims.
Can you say Instagram hustle? I'm not going to knock the girl for a little side hustle. Hey, if you got to get it, get it. Keeping a little bit of pocket change, a little bit of ice cream money. Who knows how many millions of dollars that little side hustle is getting her. Hey, got to work at keeping that appearance up. So on that note, hey, go get your money.
Things got even more interesting when we found out that while married, Kanye made sure to keep his finances separate from hers. Even when they were all lovey-dovey, he wasn't about to get tangled up in her money mess and risk taking a hit to his own bank account. Sources spilled the beans to People magazine, revealing that Kim and Kanye kept their cash flow strictly divided. His money was his and her money was hers. It looks like even in the land of the rich and famous, it's every person for themselves when it comes to the moolah. And it seems her financial troubles have only gotten worse since her divorce from Kanye. Last year, it was reported that she was in heavy debt, $48 million to be exact. According to reports, she took out a mortgage of $48 million on her $70 million mansion. The crazy part? She can't ask her family for help because they're all heavily in debt too. Her mom, Kris Jenner, has a long list of debts. According to The Sun, she took out a loan for $7.25 million in August 2018, which was followed by a new agreement for a whopping $40 million loan the next month through the financial company Crosswind Venture Fund. In January 2019, she borrowed $5.2 million and then $5.25 million in June of that year. Kylie also borrowed $7.5 million. Long story short, the Kardashians are $132 million in debt, which is just wild. But hey, they've got to pay for their designer clothes and private jets somehow, right? Their financial worries are just the latest in a long streak of what people are calling their flop era. They might want to level up their game soon, and if Kim thinks Kanye might bail her out, she better think again. Sources report that Kanye is 100% focused on his new wife, Bianca Censori, and has zero thoughts or regard towards Kim outside of their 4 kids.
It's not looking too pretty for the Kardashians right about now. You know, they need to take some swimming lessons because it seems like the ship is sinking. You know, P. Diddy, Lou Taylor, Kardashians, Jenner, seems like everybody's going down. Who knows? Only time will tell. They've been getting away with what they've been doing for many, many years. You know, but it seems like the light, hey, it's all coming to the light. So stay tuned for the next episode. We're going to keep you posted with what new things we find out, all the developments in these different things. Thank you again for tuning in to Ride with Rose, and may you all be marvelous. This is Rose from Ride with Rose. I personally would like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to our episodes. Please support us by following us on all of our social media accounts: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. For the latest episodes, go to Podcaster, Spotify, Riverside FM, and YouTube. We look forward to sharing many more journeys together with you. And may you all have a marvelous day. #RWR.